And welcome into the Dan Presel Show here on the SHC Athletics YouTube channel. It's senior day on the show. We're going to have all of the seniors on. So we're kicking it off. Claudia Garrido, a person we've already had on the show. Claudia, how's it going today?
It's going good. How's your day?
Not too bad. Woke up, had a Red Bull, came here. So, good way to start the day. Um, but of course, getting on to business. It is a senior day show. Season's starting to wrap up for you guys. Just played your last home game on Monday. So I want to ask, so far, how's the senior year gone?
I'm really blessed and glad I have the team that I have because even through the times that we're going right now, we're not having the results that we want to have. I feel like we're still staying together and we're still staying strong, even though we're going through hard games right now. But we still have a positive energy and a good group environment. And I'm really glad that my senior year is the way that it's going.
The vibes are the most important thing anyway. We're all
Exactly.
here to have fun. That's a big deal. Claudia, you mentioned it. You've got a great group of teammates around you. If you had to tell someone who's thinking of coming to Spring Hill a reason to come, what would you say?
I will say that they will feel welcome and that they will have a great group support of people, that they will not feel alone on the team. Because even though you always have a preference on the team, like you always
You always have the
closer,
people you're closer to.
exactly. But in this team, even though you have that person, you will always have the rest there that if you need something, they will be there for you. So I will just tell them that they will not be by themselves, that the rest of the team, even though we're just teammates, at the end of the day, we create friendships too.
All right, moving on to the corny fun questions. What's been your favorite moment at Spring Hill?
Um, Probably this year when we were on the road and we played versus Benedict
Mm-hmm.
because we have we walked in the mornings with the team,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that was one of the first times that we did it,
Yeah.
and in Albany State too. But that morning we went to walk with the team, and we were
Now you mean
just
like just going for a walk, right?
yeah,
Not like
just
just
going
walking
for a
through.
walk.
Oh,
Oh no,
nice.
yeah, we were just walking with the team around the hotel and getting some sun, and I felt like the vibes and the team. It was just I really appreciated the moment that I have to spend with them because I know this was my going to be one of the last times.
Oh, Claudia, that is such a sweet answer. You're very team oriented. I love to see it. Uh, I want to ask too. While you're out on these walks, who's the player who's most likely to get in trouble? Like who's being too loud?
I don't think there's no one that like gets in trouble, but I feel maybe who is like one of the funniest is Ella Valles
Okay.
because she's just very spontaneous and she's very sweet. That sometimes she's too sweet and she doesn't know where to go, and we have like to go everybody. But I feel everyone in the team is the same way.
She's that one person who's kind of awkwardly standing off to the side as everybody's walking.
She just brights our day every day, and I feel like when we do those walks, she's the one person that if somebody has to say something, she will say it and she will make everybody laugh and have a good day.
All right, final question I want to ask. We asked about your best moment at Spring Hill. Everybody has that one moment in a game where you go, or a practice where you go, oh, probably should have done that. What is your most embarrassing moment as a player?
I think it was last year on the game versus Clark and Lena. Even though we won the game, at the beginning, this girl was going on a fast break and she pump fake and I fell on top of her. I think that was my most embarrassing moment.
Yeah, it happens sometimes. Sometimes you just fall down on top of somebody.
Yeah, but no, I shouldn't have done that. But
All right,
still.
all right, final question. If you have one more message to your teammates, one thing you can tell everybody on the team, what do you want to say?
I will say that they need to keep growing on themselves and trusting the process, even though you can go through tough moments, because everybody on my team has been going through tough moments this season. They will always get out of there. If even if you're like on your bottom moment, you can always look up and looking up is the only option that you have when you feel you're on your lowest. So don't think that there's no more going further from there. Just look up and try to find solutions instead of getting stuck.
Absolutely a great message. Claudia, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Marta Duda with us now on the Dan Presel Show, part of our Senior Day special show. Marta, how's it going today?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. So, we just got done talking to Claudia Garrido. So, I'm going to ask you some of the same questions here. First off, what is one thing you've really enjoyed about this season?
I think we had really good games when we were really together, and I really enjoyed being in this team and playing together and having all those good moments on the court.
Marta, you've had a lot of success here. You know, we've talked a lot about the team so far today, but you've seen a lot of success as an individual player. You were the SIAC Newcomer of the Year. You've been top 10 in scoring, top 5 in rebounds consistently throughout your career. What's one thing in your game that's worked here at Spring Hill?
I think, like, especially last season, post moves and posting was something I was really good at. I feel like this season I worked a little bit more on my 3-point shots, and this is something I like included in my game as well this season. I'm also trying to do as much of drives to the basket, and I think it's something I'm doing more than last season too, and I think it works very well. I'm really focusing on rebounding the ball. I think it's quite an important element on
Aspect of the game. I mean, it just works.
yeah. So those are those things.
All right. I want to ask about this too. You're an international student. You're from Poland, correct?
Yes.
How do you say the town where you're from? Because I feel like I've been saying it wrong all season.
Toruń.
Toruń.
No, Toruń.
I'm not going to say it right. I'm sorry. I'm not going to flub on it 4 times.
It's okay. We just have that weird letter at the end, which is ni. Which
you
is,
know,
you don't have that.
I passed Russian by like this much when I took it in college, so it is not my language. But it can be hard for a lot of people making this big a move. You're in a new country. It's got to be a little bit of a culture shock. What would you tell young international players they need to know before coming to the U.S.?
I think they need to know that even though you studied English at school, you're not gonna understand anything when you come.
Yeah, I kind of talk like I have a whole can of corn in my mouth. I get it.
Yeah, it's true. And when I first came here, I was actually in Texas.
Okay.
And their accent.
And there is so much worse.
It's so much worse. Like my head coach, like my first head coach, like he was from Texas, and his accent was so hard to understand. So most of the times I was like, when he was saying something, I was just smiling at him and like
just kind of
Yeah.
nodding like, yes, I understand.
and when I was like around my teammates, I was really trying to understand anything they're saying. So I would say just don't worry that you don't understand anything. It's gonna happen naturally. Like you're gonna know what's going on
Yeah.
at some point.
All right. And final question, what has been your best moment at Spring Hill, and what has been that one moment in a game that you're like is embarrassing now?
My best moment, for sure, I will remember the game this season against Savannah State.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had a really good connection that game, and like everything was working very well.
I mean, easily that was to me one of the best offensive looking games for you
Yes.
guys. Everybody looked really comfortable. Ball distribution was really crisp.
Yeah, the ball was just flowing around, and it it was really like fun to play this game. And the most embarrassing moment, I don't have the specific one, but it's always embarrassing when like I airball the ball, because it's like
Don't worry, that's why I don't play basketball. 2/3 of the shots I threw up did airball. So
yeah. So I would say airballing balls.
there you go. Well,
I mean
Marta,
shots.
thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Dan Presel Show, Senior Day Special, and we're joined now by Rita Kuhn, one of the seniors on the team. Rita, how's it going?
It's okay. I'm having a good day so far. What about you?
I can't complain. Now, Rita, kind of similarly to how we talked with Marta, you're an international student, right?
Yes.
Uh, Budapest.
Yes.
Very nice. What's one thing you would tell a young international player who's thinking of coming to the U.S.?
It's a lot. Like it's a lot of mental preparing, like being stay away from your family for like 4 years. It's kind of tough. Like you might not feel it in the first year, but at the end of the fourth year, it's gonna be the hardest. And just don't worry, you're gonna find friends because wherever you go, people's gonna be nice to you. Like you're gonna have international friends, American friends. It's gonna be fine.
I love that. It's going to be fine. And like, I'll say this, I could not be separated from my mom that long. Like, I'm a total mama's boy. We talk on the phone every day. She knows all of my embarrassing secrets. Like, we share everything with each other. So I get that 100%. It's got to be hard just being away from your family for so
Yes.
long. Now, do you get to like go home during the summers, anything like that?
Yes, every summer, like after finals week,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm coming back before like the first week of school.
Now, you get to go back home. Let's say you're going out. Where is one place in Budapest you want to go?
Oh, there's a lot. Like Budapest is huge.
And a gorgeous
Like
city.
yes, it is. Like it's a lot of historical monuments and everything. But me and my friends, most of the times, we're going out to brunch. This
Yeah.
little place in downtown.
What
That's
do you
like my
order?
eggs Benedict with avocado
Ooh,
and the coffee.
that sounds delicious. I'm a big fan of an eggs Benedict. Now, it's been an up and down year for you guys. You've won some games, you've lost some games. What have been your takeaways from the?
We started really fast. Like we started really strong,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like this is the team we are. Like that's what we were in the beginning. That's the
Yeah.
team we are right now. Like every team has ups and downs, and I think if we really just get together and like do the same thing we did in the beginning, we have higher chances to win the conference or like go further in the conference.
Now, what's been your favorite moment of this season?
This season, I think like every time I make a three in the game, it's like the best moment for me. Like I'm really happy that I made it.
Yeah.
Probably, I would say that. Like I don't have one favorite.
Now, you're a taller player, so I'm assuming you've typically played mostly in the post for most of your career,
Yes.
right? Is the three something you added when you got here, or was it something you've been working on throughout?
I've been working on my 3 point shots since I don't know, like 16 years old or something or younger. Like I've been practicing shooting ever since then.
Yeah. Um, if you were to tell a younger player, like, hey, this is how I practice it and this is what helps me, what do you do?
I had a personal coach in Hungary.
Okay.
He's he's like he was a professional player in Hungary,
Okay.
and he just dedicated his life to like coach basketball, like not
Yeah.
a team but like individual players. And I'd be going there like every day in Hungary, like every day my summertime. I was just there shooting with him.
Now, you are a senior, about to wrap up your career here at Spring Hill. What are you planning to do next?
I'm planning to do my master's degree. I'm moving back to Europe.
Okay.
I have in mind Austria as the country I want to do my master's degree. And
Also,
I
a
want
beautiful
to
country
do-
full of history.
Yes, I want to do chemical and pharmaceutical engineering.
Oh, that's awesome. What's your undergrad in?
Like that's it, or biotechnology,
Okay, nice.
something like this in the medical field, but not like as a doctor or something, but just the lab work.
Like, what's your favorite, like, science subject? Like chemistry, biology, stuff like
Mm.
that?
I like chemistry more.
Chemistry?
Yes.
Nice. Okay, final question. What's been the best moment of your playing career at Spring Hill? What's been the most embarrassing?
I think the best moment since I'm here is when I get closer to my teammates. Like in the beginning, when you get here, it's um, like the beginning when you get here, it's like really tough because there's a lot of people you have to know, you have to get to know, and like it takes time while you get close with your teammates. And I think when we reached that point, like the end of last year, it was the
Mhm.
best moment. And the most embarrassing moment for me, probably, I think it was last game when that girl blocked my shot. Like that was so embarrassing. Like I never got blocked like that.
I mean, at least the ball didn't, like, hit you in the head or
No,
something.
no, no. But when you lay it up and someone just
knocks
your
it back
shot.
at you.
Yeah, that's a terrible feeling.
It's one of those you don't want to look at anybody
Yes.
when you walk away.
It's really embarrassing.
All right, Rita, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Back to our senior day festivities. We have Jaleisha Mann with us now, senior from Decatur, Georgia. We've talked to a couple of international students, and they've had, really good messages about, this is what you need to know if you're going to come play in the U.S. I'm not saying that Georgia's close. It's not the farthest place away. What's been the best part of playing someplace that's relatively close to home?
The best part is, like you said, it's relatively close, but it's far enough to like you get your own experience and you get to meet different people that you didn't know. Like I never knew I was gonna have friends that are from across the world, but that's the best part.
That's awesome. Now, I want to ask, how did you get into playing basketball?
My brother is the reason I got into playing basketball. He was about my height, so he played basketball, but he didn't make it up until high school. So I just played with him all the time, and I ended up getting into it from there.
Now, siblings do fight all the time. Do you ever bring that up? It's like, no. I played college ball.
I try not
Because
to
my
bring that
sisters
up.
would, actually.
No, I don't bring that up to him. He went to Savannah State. He's doing pretty good.
Okay, nice. Now, is there any kind of rivalry there with them being in the conference and anything? Does it like mean anything more to you when we play Savannah State?
Well, it used to because he used to be at the games, but he's graduated now.
Okay, nice. Now, it's been a up and down year for you guys, but one thing that stood out to me, you've really seemed to develop as this season has gone along. What have you been learning as this year progressed, and what have you improved in?
The number one thing for me is confidence. I feel like I lost my confidence. Probably, I want to say, the first couple years I was here.
Yeah.
And just regaining that confidence is what did it for me.
And how exactly did you get your confidence back?
My teammates and just having an environment where people trust you. That's what did it for me too.
Nice. Well, one more question before we get to the final one. You get to go out any place in Mobile to eat. Where are you going?
Juicy seafood.
Juicy seafood? I can go for some crab legs. I'm
Yeah.
there with you. All right. Best moment of your career, worst or most embarrassing moment of your career?
Best, I'll say, when we beat Savannah State.
Okay, nice. And that most
Embarrassing.
embarrassing.
It's not a specific moment, but if you go to any Spring Hill game that's on the weekend, you're going to hear my dad yelling to the top of his lungs every game.
Your dad and your mom are both really nice. I met them at the last game too. All right. Thanks so much for your time, Jaleisha. Final senior on our senior day special. It's Ariel Thompson, the hometown kid. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, I want to start off by asking, you're from Mobile, went to Theodore High School. What brought you to Spring Hill?
Their nursing program.
Okay, nice. So you want to be a nurse when you graduate, I'm assuming?
Not necessarily a nurse, because now I've switched my major to psychology.
Okay.
But I do plan on going back to school to finish my nursing degree, and combining them. I ended up switching to psychology like my sophomore year, and
Nice.
it's been pretty good.
Now, what's like your favorite thing about psychology?
Reading people's minds.
Reading people's minds? Can you read my mind?
Not necessarily read your mind, but understand why you act the way you do.
So you've had kind of an interesting year. You started off, you didn't play as much, and then you've really kind of come in the past few weeks, and you've really made an impact. Talk about that transition from being where you were watching the game to now being out on the court helping out your teammates.
It was a big transition, especially because I had a new addition, like I had a baby girl.
Okay.
So, just watching my teammates like playing, I just couldn't wait to get back out there. Like, couldn't wait. I was proud of them for playing the way they did when I was gone.
Yeah.
Getting back out, it has been kind of challenging because just holding yourself to a higher standard and wanting to be like this great person.
Mm-hmm.
It was difficult, but like this past game, it meant a lot to see how much like your team like trusts you.
And I mean, you were really grinding this last time out too. I think 6 or 8 points.
Yeah. So it was a big transition for me.
Now, you're a Mobile native. You know all the cool places to go. You get to go to any restaurant in town. Where are you going?
Oh, it's gonna be juicy.
I'm beginning to notice a trend. Do you like guys like go out for crab legs on the
Yeah,
weekend
we
or
go to
something?
juice. Well, not every weekend, but we've been to juicy.
Is that like your
That's our
preferred home game post game meal?
no. That's just our
That's just your
team.
spot.
Like we going at a bond or something like.
All right, Ariel. Final question. What has been your best moment at Spring Hill?
My best moment is like when I'm scoring in a game
Yeah.
and like I see my teammates like at the corner of my eye. Like I try not to make contact with them because they all jumping up and down. Like
The bench gets hyped for it.
yeah.
Ariel, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.